So, anyway...
Yes, hi, hello, we are back. We had a nice little bathroom break, and we are now ready to get into Ace Attorney. Oh, although our Twitch, category is not correct. Anyways, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Chapter 5, and so on. Yeah. Great! Alright, yeah, I really am digging this trial. I think yesterday was a very interesting stream. And we love that. Is everyone excited? Chapter 5 is so good. Yeah, I'm definitely making it. Did you finish? You finished Chapter 5, right? Badgers and Cowboys and Snivelly Millennials. Woo! Did. It's been a very, very good ride so far. I feel like, yeah, both games are really heated up now that we're basically at the end of both. Both Steel and Ace Attorney, they're definitely serving. I haven't decided if we're going to get into our next mainline RPG before the big shmoo or not. If we don't, then I might just do like trophy hunting casual streams in the meantime. This is the pangy content that made me follow you? Wait, Barry, what did you follow me during? The big what? I will be able to tell you guys in about 2 weeks, so please hold out until then. I forget what I followed you for. Hold on, let's see. Barry has been following since June 21st, 2020. What was I playing?
Hold the line.
June 21st in 2020, I believe I was still playing Danganronpa. I believe that was Danganronpa 1 first playthrough still. That was early. That's Fall Guys Dead by Daylight era? I actually don't know what JRPG we were playing at the time. But our visual novel was definitely either Danganronpa or Danganronpa 2. Visual novel could have been Atelier, could have been... No, actually that's a little early for Atelier. I want to say... Digimon Survive? Was that 2020? No way, right guys? I'm actually very curious what I was up to. Survive was 2021. What the fuck was I playing then? We're getting right into it. Oh yeah! So the trial abruptly ended yesterday, after we proved... Oh god, we went through so much yesterday. I was up to no good, definitely.
Who cares about the camera?
We proved that the bloodstain on Gumshoe's locker was put there earlier in the day, and we don't know who Epic 7 is, the ID number. We went through a lot? We did. It was a great stream, though. cares about the camera. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. What do you mean? What happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor even, Neil Marshall. Died? Who's died? Well, Joe Dark killed 6 people. That was like years ago or something. Figuring it out, Rosen. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother,
Do you have nothing left to say?
he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Sir Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. Did I do all Dream Daddy routes? I did 2. No, 3. I hooked up with the shitty Christian guy, and then we fucked Craig, and he acted... that was the worst route. Well, no. That wasn't the worst route, but it was pretty bad. And then we got with the bad boy, and that was it. Dream Daddy was really fun, though. Oh, and then we did the secret route. Oh my god, Rosen, I'm so happy that you remember that. That secret route was lit.
Typical degenerate male.
Except Craig, like... Craig friend-zoned us at the end. Yeah, bad boy was messy hot.
Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
So that means you... Yes. He's a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. Didn't know what was going on. I love that whole thing about him failed. He never left evidence until. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. Before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, happened. I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I still see it now. Permanent picture? Remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So, weren't So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. Must be why Lana. She made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? Prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. Couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. Rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could just have testified properly, none of this would have happened. Such a prolific and expert serial killer left no evidence. Yeah, so we had to frame him. I don't understand how talking about this wouldn't incriminate him, so like, why do they have to use false evidence? So it's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After the case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? His head looks like a turnip. Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. No, Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. Remember what happened after that? Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. Must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. See, I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about the crime. I like Emma. I feel like I wish Emma would come back later in the series. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. There's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. In for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices and the questioning are right across from the elevator. But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? Excuse me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. I used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Yeah, we still don't know why Lana's playing along, TBH. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. It's because she got promoted to chief prosecutor from detective. They forgot to check for her law degree. Well, It happens. 'Cause it's a game! And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from the case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. At trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believe in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, okay, we are diffusing this. The fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why don't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. Yeah, I think at this point it's pretty clear that she was working with the other people that were detectives, and they all have some goal that I don't quite understand yet. Was a serial killer? He killed and left no evidence. I mean, that's possible. She got angry and just kept... And then she crammed something in the...
28 stab wounds.
and then she stuffed something in the muffler, and the rest is history. I do it. I'm fixing something.
I don't believe it!
Okay. So the case just doesn't involve just her. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing! Like, is there a world where Gant isn't just the big bad guy? I feel like that has to be the thing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant. He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Mom really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? He faked his execution but left no evidence. This is starting to sound a lot like another Ace Attorney game. Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command. That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations, and had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Duo of baddies in the universe, I know. Literally anybody plus Starr. And they were roommates. Lisa? Sorry, who was roommates? Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning, for desperate evidence. Oh, I know the meme, but I'm wondering which characters you're talking about. That was when his final murder took place. He tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. Gant and Lana? Well, Gant is gay. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. Damon Gant fan art? Oh, if you find anything good, please post it in the appropriate channel in Discord. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me! So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone. After all she must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence. I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident, just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago! At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. The case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office, the site of the final SL9 work. Really quickly, guys, I am running to my kitchen, so I will be back in like 2 minutes.
Where are you?
La la la, da da da. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. Let the world come alive. Shower me with praise. Umbrella warfare, I guess.
Why am I hearing Farina commands? What happened? Back. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kinda quiet around here today. You're right, the chief of detectives
Trust in the
seems
process.
the same, though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, we can come back here later. Okay. I'm supposed to go to this... Oh. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall! I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Hey, Sarah, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back.
Awful.
Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. Weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility has been erased. The facts have been concealed, forged evidence. That case left behind scars on all of us. Scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. Highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. Tried to steal the evidence so that the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was... and the evidence locker was empty. Were they brothers or brothers? I think the former. Damon fan art in visual novels. Oh, good. Yeah, I don't see how we're supposed to do anything with evidence that couldn't have existed. Like, this guy was so good, there was no evidence. Alright. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case, we all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. His star was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him, too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. Hey? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Then he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Secret. It all started 2 years ago. So, there you have it. That's my story. Do you enjoy it, partner? It's certainly enlightening. I mean, Damon is definitely handsome. There's one thing for sure I found out in work today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Is Angel here? No one's here today, not even a star. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case, but instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. I hate it when that happens. Wait, what is this? Hold a moment. Oh. Okay, my phone is definitely not letting you know. Okay. Hang in there, Lana. Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Hi, prosecutor's office. Yeah, let's see if Edgeworth is here. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago, I guess we'll just have to come back later. Okay. Let's mess with his chess set. Yeah, so it doesn't look like he's attacking us. This place is always pretty empty, but today is deserted. Because everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. But the chief prosecutor is saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. He returns to the office and the red and blue kings are making out, and he'd be like, I didn't think I left them like this. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for this. Sir? We'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Oh, you want to just go through the chief? What is he, chief of police? Office? Yeah, go right ahead. Sure. Really? I mean, it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. God damn it, Emma. I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, is the trophy not broken in that picture? There's an organ. Or is that a wall? Phoenix does break in rooms, that's true. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put the paper he was reading on his desk. So, righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kinda busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies! See that big picture on the wall over there? It's broken in this picture too. Can't though, my god. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. I know, I can't stop looking at it. Sometimes not right with this picture. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Why is there, like, a sword in front of Lana? Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, this office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. Sus. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. Seems that case isn't over with yet after all. Mean. Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. I don't know what that is yet, but we will hopefully discover it soon. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a little breather. My feet hurt. Climb up the window and break in with a hammer. I'm guessing we have to do something to, like, get him out of the office, right? That's probably it. Yeah, fail, of course, with his Gatling. You know, fail, Gatling guns don't solve everything. Fail, what would you do in the case of a Lost Dimension replay? Poor, adorable Gumshoe, agree. How did you remember her name? I don't even think I remembered her name. The most important man to my heart from Ace Attorney, Gumshoe? Yeah, you have good taste, Barry. Let's hire Joe Dark to break in so there's no evidence left behind. That actually could work. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. What if you used a Gatling gun to break in and then Gant pulled out 2 Gatling guns as well? That would be checkmate, my friend. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. By the way, Kuroi, you are a tactics game enjoyer like myself. Have you ever heard of Lost Dimension? I actually kind of think you would like it. Just, if it's not a game that's been on your radar, I think you should check it out. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think I have. What system? It's on PS3 and I believe PlayStation Vita. It's a really cool game. Like, it's a game with really interesting ideas, but they're executed not super duper well. But if you can ignore the shortcomings, it's still, like, pretty enjoyable. That's really that is the way I would put it. Yeah, I pretty much don't want to stream anything from my retro consoles anymore because my capture card that I use for retro consoles sucks. So unless if that changes, I'm probably doing PS3 onward, like, forever. And it kind of helps that, like, everything from PS2 and earlier is just getting, like, ported to current gen consoles or, like, remade or remastered, so that works for me. Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. Sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's, basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Now you'll never play the man game on PS2. Wait, the what? Wait, Barry, what is that? The man game? Is that what it's called? I'm looking it up if you don't tell me. The man game PS2. An adult-themed video game? Whoa.
Camera, he's the man.
Okay, alright. Nope. Wow. Oh. Jesus Christ! Why would you... Alright, yeah, we're done. We're done. That was... Apparently some girls in that lied about their age. And they're minors? Oh, that's really not... Hi, Spectro. Yeah, alright, I agree with Emma. Hence why it's illegal. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor's kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Dick. Keep up the good work. Yes, sir! Let's go out for lunch again sometime, my treat. Yes, sir! You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir! Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier, while the coffee was brewing. Seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, what did you find out? Anything? Only evidence Doc left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. No, Fail, you're mistaken. He actually left evidence this time. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, forget it. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. Might jog his memory. Joe Doc was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Okay. I was hoping it actually showed us him, because he looks way older than... But anyways... A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. His car? So it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. Animal? Killed a man that witnessed the accident. Killed another one. A kid walked by just then and he killed him too. Jogger came upon the scene and he killed him as well. Finally, he turned himself in. That was weird. Why did it skip through that like that? Seems he was pretty careless. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence, so he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Doc was arrested on the spot. Commandeered a bus full of grandmas. Killed them all as he drove to the airport and boarded a plane and killed everyone inside and flew out of the city. But left no evidence. It's a good thing that was the last witness. Oh, it's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. Last witness. A.A. Emma. Alright, look at the knife. Oh, not that knife. This knife. Take that! About this. Hey, is that... There's a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. Oh, that's not Gumshoe. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. Yeah, I like Emma. I wouldn't complain if Emma came back in, like, another Ace Attorney game. I'm assuming she doesn't, but... His car was bumped with blood and a message that said, Joe Dark, run me over and all it. It also said 11037. But I think that's just someone's zip code. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, the knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. What is it, Detective? This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. Traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too. But but no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? Timeline here is the guy goes on a murder spree one day, left 0 evidence, and then they task force. It seems like he killed a bunch of people, turned himself in, and then ran away. So, like, where does the evidence get hidden? Yeah, it was me, but prove it in the sexy voice. The serial killer that left no evidence. I think I've heard of him.
It's currently here and 57 degrees. Expect partly cloudy skies starting tonight. Today's high will be 70 and the low will be 33.
Why did that happen? In what world did I summon My phone's... what? Was the case over, or is this, like, intermission? Intermission for sure. He did all this in heels? So that's why there's no evidence. If there's no evidence, well, it's all happenstance, Lisa. Don't you understand? Although the serial killing report does list a bunch of people. Alright, so he ran Edward Jones over with his car, then killed Jason Knight for witnessing it, and then Edith Kirby, the child, showed up and was also killed. I don't know where Rachel and Jeb fall into this. But there's no evidence, so I guess these are just missing people. The jogger, yeah, maybe that's Rachel. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look at it to notice that. Oh, yeah, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Was it? Victim Neil Marshall was carrying it inside his own body. It's found deep inside the stab wound. Alright, so here's how this played out. Daddy Gant took the knife from Dark during the interrogation and then killed Gant with Marshall with it for some reason. Yeah, that's right. If the knife hadn't broken, there'd be no evidence. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet! Down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Stabbed in the back, died from heart and lung. A knife tip was found. Got it. So, okay. Name of the deceased, Neil Marshall. Single stab wound piercing heart lung. Died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in... Okay, so the timeline is clearly significant here. Who wrote this? Was it Courtney Scythe? Anyways. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? It's money you need. You should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. Chief's out now, and his office is locked. We'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card should be able to unlock the door. The real plot twist is that he actually shot the prosecutor with... an RPG? What? What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So, in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. Wonder if there's something we could show him that would change his mind. Okay. Okay, what's up, Mitch? I don't think any of this... Yeah, I think we all kind of have a crush on Gumshoe. He's great. He gets mad. He gets mad when we do that. About that jaw, I think I've seen it somewhere before. Somewhere? Maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. And where could I have seen it before? That seems relevant. I'm surprised that didn't help out. This is Ace Attorney 1. Nope, first playthrough. Detective, here's my attorney badge. Show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge, enough said. Wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I wonder why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. Okay. I don't really know what's going on here. He wants to see something that would let us into that room. This guy almost made us lose the case. What are you talking about? He was got in the blood stain on the evidence locker with his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I admit he's right. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5. I don't know that any of this looks like... Can I show him this? That's the ID card report, isn't it? Yes, there's only one number left to investigate. At 4:20 p.m., the victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive office number. Henry scores a touchdown. During Cold Steel, yes. What even happened with the Super Bowl? Who won? Any knowers? 777777777. Well, 7 too many, Detective. Executive officer. I just have a hunch. I've been studying up on these files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice.
I'm not your sister anymore.
Eagles winning. Ugh. Not this correct. I for one ain't buying it, pal. Looking into the case, Mr. Edgeworth? Of Mr. Edgeworth, maybe? Yeah, I got a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. While the serial killer was on the loose. Lana was forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dark's guilty. Okay, are we done here? Like, we didn't get anything new! ID card belongs to the victim, Bruce Goodman. Okay. Out of Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? Who would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean, I'm sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. That's a photo that Miss Starr took. Anything you can tell us about it? Starr is quite the lady. I remember it was winter. I was 16. The only one that ever got me to talk about what happened. What happened? I honestly don't know. Fingerprinting. Okay, detective? Quick, run! Did he sneeze? Achoo. Any help? One time I took a nap on a bench with wet paint. Why not? You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me. When I started out, he even gave me a small cactus. Really? He said, Dick, she'll listen to all your troubles. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks to a cactus. Hard to believe he's just a patrolman now. Someone ought to trade places with him. Why are you looking at me like that? Locker can be opened without a fingerprint mark. Besides, there's no reason for the murderer to touch his own locker. Hey, wasn't your locker the one with blood on it, detective? Handprint of the real murderer the real murderer's gloved hand without any fingerprints. Shh. You come to arrest me, you'll defend me, won't ya? If that happens, I think he'll do better pleading with Edgeworth. Yeah, I think we presented everything to him. Yeah, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too. Wow! Is that a new type? I've never seen that before. Add 3 inches to your base height. Base height? Oh, base height. Let me see that. Blooming tall. Never and... New and improved growth formula. You know, I can't detect blood traces? Well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol. That's why the lady at the counter had a smirk on her face. Okay, I really really don't know what I'm supposed to be showing him. I think I showed him everything at this point. Is he back? I wonder if Edgeworth's back yet. There he is! Looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? Had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. That's another allegation. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. It's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. Never beat the allegation. He doesn't need to. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. You didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that trust is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same, no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, take pride in my... Tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you are getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. Never thought the case would come back to haunt me like this. List of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists. That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect is guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. Picture. Something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this! Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes. Just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Something back? This. Yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. Very suspicious that Gant is in on it. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to. That's right. Hello? Alright, we figured it out. It's Jover. It was Grant. Gant. Boop, boop, boop. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. What is that knife? Prosecutor Neil Marshall had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall's holding? It's a little different than yours. Oh. This one is a shield. That one has a sword in the shield. And the sword is broken. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was when the official prosecutor's trophy looked like... That was what it looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind the design. Story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. I'm peeing real quick. Be right back. It's pee time! Okay, hi guys, I'm back. I may or may not have also stolen away to my kitchen to eat some coconut. Update from Fire Emblem Heroes, it looks like Windclaw does actually solo Rhea, so, there's hope for the Tempest Trial Dream, I guess. Your commercials were timed at the perfect time. I'm so happy, Barry. Alright, let us continue our shenanigans. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed should slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Well, that's a contradiction. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of both these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. Then, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. I can't believe Phoenix used objection in a conversation. I know, I'm here. Camp. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? I'll have to ask Chief Gans. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Because it's a fucking murder weapon. You know what? Because it's right here. Chief Gant. All I'm getting out of this investigation is that Gant. This is just like Chapter 3 of Shotgun Rome. Alright, do we have anything to present? I don't think so. Probably all just flavor text. I could present. I'm the prosecutor on this case, don't expect me to sit. Okay, yeah, he doesn't want to talk. If I show him my best evidence, I can get a reaction out of him? You mean my best evidence isn't the jar? I have no idea how this... My best evidence? Are we for real right now? So I don't think there's anything else to show him. TBH. So... Oh, okay, there's a scene here now. Maybe, possibly. Excuse me. Oh. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like that first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Yup. She's here in full force, that is for sure. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored. Oh. The star's hatred to Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Okay. Talk about Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Wait, half a year? I thought all of his murders happened in one day. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. They looked for evidence for 6 months. The timeline doesn't really make the most sense here. Yeah, I'm feeling that. The narrative made it seem like that. There wasn't any. Then after 6 months. So maybe after 6 months he turned himself in because he was like, they never found any evidence. So what do I do? They suck. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. I can hear JPH in your comments, Val. I can hear it. We both lost our minds at this. Wait, did JPH play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 1? If I'm honest, one of the reasons I'm shakier on this case is because the writing has a few holes in it. This is arguably one. It's actually a massive one we already passed. Oh, interesting. Tell me what it is after we complete the case, Dots, if I don't pick up on it myself. We played 1, 2, and 3. I'm really worried that Lana's involvement is gonna be really stupid. Like the reason why she's saying she did it. I just have a feeling I'm not gonna be satisfied, but I hope to be surprised. I am actually enjoying this case a lot, so hopefully it's nothing too bad. That's twice. What kind of stupid reason? I'm just worried she's not gonna be able to explain it sufficiently. Like, she's basically saying, I did it, and she's clearly, I don't know, she's working with Star and Marshall, but she knows them, and they were all involved in the SL9 case, so it's like, there just better be a good reason. Yeah, he ran someone over with his car, but there was no evidence. That kind of thing happens all the time. Okay. Just keep. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. We love Joel. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. The legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us, save Goodman, were relieved of our duties. Almost without even so much as an explanation. Then, Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Evidence? I mean, oh yes. There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. The Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn out so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right, having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. Oh, so he had motive to make there be falsified evidence, because he would get promoted. There was only one thing left for him to control, and that no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? I mean, that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. Yeah, Gant is just, his name is written all over this case. Must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since the case ended, he's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must be a reason for the change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Alright, thank you, Icon. I don't have anything to show her, do I? Jesus. Alright, here we go. The lunchbox queen makes you want a bento, for sure. Oh, you're back! You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. And coffee, copying files, turn it into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admit your persistency. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. Huh? Not telling you, not letting you in the chief's office, period. Be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look. There's gotta be something we can do to make Detective change his mind. I don't have... Wait, we had updated evidence, didn't we? I think we did. Can I say honest, we'll come back. About this? Hey, is that? It has a tag attached to it with a label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case is closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. I like this Gumshoe character. Yeah, I think all the gays have a crush on Gumshoe, myself included, so... He's just that kind of guy. Also, Sionis, riddle me this. He also seems popular. Everyone loves Dick. 65, whatever. Oh, Phil? He's an old fart? Oh, Sionis, my god! You know, Peggy is a fan. Gumshoe was the Bara icon back when you were 18. You were 18 in 2007. You're older than me, Barry. My goodness, how awful! Anyways. Well, Meekins is only 22. Maybe he's more your type? Sionis, perhaps? I was 18 in 2009. You were not. Fail. Stop it. You literally... He is Rock Lee, that's true. I like the white hat guy. Wait. Aw, you're younger than twice. That's fun. With the white hat guy? Oh, this guy. Whatever. He is dead, that's true. How did I not see it? What? Do, 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 do. He was hot until I realized that's his hair. Edgeworth accidentally ran over Goodman. The problem is, there's evidence. There was no evidence. There was no evidence. Meanwhile, who in this game so far is most likely to make it onto the wall? Probably Gumshoe. But he's not. The wall is reserved for very elite casts. You know, we don't know why Lana is wearing this weird jacket. Like, everything about this is so fucking weird. Anyways. The elite cast members like ass up Tartaglia? Why, yes! Gumshoe is a mention on the Wall's quarterly newsletter? Yes, correct. I like, the other day we were streaming, and, you guys know I'm duo broadcasting to YouTube when we do this, and we had one of our only ever YouTube chatters showed up and was like, what is going on? Because it was during the intro where the wall was there, and I was like, well, these are my people. Elite cast members like Staryu and the guy from the forgotten Korean visual novel. Hey, that Korean visual novel is... half the VODs are on YouTube right now, and that game fucking is amazing. Buried Stars is awesome, and if you haven't watched my playthrough, get on YouTube and lurk that shit while you are working this week. So serious. Everyone here should subscribe to the YouTube and comment on the VOD dump that I've been doing the past couple weeks. We have a Buried Stars command? The fuck? But yes. The VODs on YouTube are intensifying. I've been uploading a lot. Soon, all of the content will be there. Except for the stuff that is muted. Is it 6 p.m. EST? Yeah, it probably was that day. I don't know what the origin of that command is, if I'm being completely honest. Buried Stars was 3 years ago. We were playing that game 3 years ago, and it was great. Honestly, that game was awesome. Is it that time now? I don't know EST. Nah, it's 10... It would be 10:47 p.m. EST right now. 7:47 PST, which is my current time zone. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry guys. Didn't mean it. I got a call from my sister and I hadn't talked to her, so I decided to update her. I missed the Buried Stars portion of stream. Well, twice. Was Buried Stars before you were followed? No, you've been following since 2021. Yeah, Buried Stars was honestly a really good time. Wait, what's happening here? On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. You showed me the knife, it all came back to me. What is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. No! That was the same thing as last time. I'm so mad. Okay. So wait, the updated knife actually didn't do anything. Well, now what do we do? Yeah, Dale, you put away that Gatling gun. Now I'm just like... Any news on Fortuna Entertainment? No! Which, that's pretty much what I was updating my sister on. Yeah, let me do it once over, Dots, and if I get really stumped, I will let... I thought that we need to show him something, but I think I've showed him nearly every piece of evidence that I have. It does. But so, like, there's I need new evidence. Oh, okay, interesting. So maybe I'll move to elsewhere. Take a selfie with your BF. My actual BF or Gumshoe? By that I mean Edgeworth. Yeah, so we already talked about this. That's why I'm not reading it. So what? He got really mad when I showed him evidence earlier. Maybe if I show him my best evidence, like, what does that do? My best evidence. I went to the evidence room on the day of the crime. Can't ask me to do something. Take evidence from a case solved 6 months ago back from the prosecutor's office. I have a locker in there as well. Did you notice anything amiss when you were in the evidence room? The room's always dark, and I was in a hurry. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay, doesn't help. Sorry. My car just bumped into the victim. And Lana was just there in a bloody jacket. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Thank you for the flavor text. I really don't know where I'm going with this. Anything relevant to you? She doesn't have anything to tell me. I feel like I'm done here with her. Okay, sorry. No, she doesn't know the vase. Okay, I probably don't need to be here. Okay. Lana? Oh. Doesn't want to do this. She doesn't care. Got Edward's hair 15 times. You know, I do want to play that other Famicom game. There's like a new one that came out that isn't based on a game from the late 80s, so I heard it's actually good. No, Lana's God. Yeah, she's over it. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, Emio. Is it only on the Switch, or like what's going on with it? It's gotta be Gumshoe, right? Like...
No, that's wrong.
No, it's not. Did I... Fuck. What? Pink feet. I just moved. I'm starting to get lost in the sauce here. I don't know what connects to where. I have to go back to this, probably. Pink feet? None of these have any- oh.
No, that's wrong.
But it's a shoe! Someone else need the shoe? The gum variety.
No, that's wrong.
No? Yeah, I tried my badge. The badge never leads to anything. And I don't fucking know. Look at his feet. I literally can't. Oh, I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. You crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. Even what? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But... Mr. Edgeworth, none of this is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Yeah, okay. Alright, look at this. Let's go for the feet. Yeah, lesson. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, but just betrayed him. Detective? That's it! I made up my mind. Here, take my ID card. You can't do that. If someone found out, he wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, it may already be good as terminated. So at least do me this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, Detective. Thank you. Hell yeah. Here goes, Mr. Wright. We're in! Anyone finds us now? Detective Gumshoe's a goner. That happens, I'm counting on you all to bail me out. Okay, he did come with us. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. Ghost! I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Hey, don't do that to my card. Hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Oh, that's... Not if we're lucky. Why are you acting sus? He's helping us. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. Got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana on the day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir, this is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. It's a strange reason to leave it here. Leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. Told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. See. So, ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. I asked you something. Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming in here, isn't it? Why do you ask? Don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on! Not so fast, buddy! Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go and like that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Hot. Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yeah. There you go, ignored me again. Alright.
Oh my god!
What? This is Japanifornia, not Boston. What is this accent? He moved it. He's a New Englander at heart, I can tell. Gumshoe is big New England dad energy. Emma might be homophobic, that better not be true. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay. You say so? It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I just know what it is. You know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know! You want to try my birth date. It's... I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. What an idiot making... Oh. Okay, wait. I thought we were doing like an Among Us minigame. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? Epic 7. The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777? That ID number! I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's the last part of the vase that we have no idea how it plays into the case, but it's there. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. I love it, and the motion controls it wrote on. I love that so much of this is specifically designed for the DS. It's just so funny after fact, like after the DS has been old as fuck, and we're just playing this on a modern console. You think the Chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. It's a cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. I'll just be taking this, right? Because I'm Phoenix and that's what I do. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with the case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. Oh, I can. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items connected to the SL9 case? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Alright. Look at this. Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put it back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? I mean, this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's a ringing a lot of bells. Come on, let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that chart. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal, show us what a rookie can do. Here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Why even bring it to this? Okay, it must be a DS thing. Don't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There! It fits like a charm! That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. What? Hey guys, get a load of this! What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. What is happening? There's a reddish line on it! Reddish line. It's blood. Don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... I wonder what he was reading. Look at this, it looks like a list of evidence! List of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about the evidence list. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The other half of the list be doing? I knew it! The Chief must be hiding something about that case. It appears so. Stang. Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the Chief calls them into his office and makes them listen to his organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. It's an instrument of punishment. Oh! Chief's ears aren't effective, he never listens to anyone anyway. Besides the point. Okay. Oh. Shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out. She transferred to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left on the shelf. Hey, this is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Oh. This was taken on that day 2 years ago, the day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. After receiving his award for trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, then went along with Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Do you think? This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff legends are made of. Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? The giant window makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I was just saying. Saying what? Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say that. Don't say that! Okay. This is the real deal, isn't it? The armor in this weapon? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Careful what you say. Who knows, the chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak. I don't think he fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Get it out! You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Oh! I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch. Did you find something? Can't make it out. Yes, this is the one that you drew! It's nothing. Your eyes moving around like that, right? Better not forget about this picture. Wait, she said she drew. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. I think we're done in here. Can I go see, How the fuck do you get to Edgeworths? Oh. I think I'm getting mixed again. Okay, can we present it to Gumshoe? That's what the chief was reading before, isn't it? You know, when we first came in here. Looks like the right side of the form has been torn off. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of the form, pal. I already looked at it. Feel a lot better now that the jar is complete. It only raises another question. What was a piece of it doing in the chief's safe? Okay. I actually feel like we're done in here. Is that outrageous to think so? And the floor looks like a flower. Oh. Maybe I need to show the jar to Edgeworth? Question mark? No! I feel like it's probably something here. Alright, I won't be able to give you any information. Didn't we just prove that it's him? Okay. I'm starting to feel like it's not something with Gumshoe. Like, if I'm not presenting to him, then what the fuck am I doing? I feel like I have shown Gumshoe all of my evidence, like, in the last hour. So I'm feeling like there's gotta be something... She won't let me present anything to her, basically. About this. Lana, you're being really extra. I don't think I have anything to do with you. Magical school bus. Do you know about the vase? Look there, it's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain there. It's like blood. The piece the chief has is different though. Blood stains on the other pieces are spots. This one's a line. It's odd. My best evidence. Yeah, we already read this. Weird. Doesn't like the vase, sorry. Yeah, I'm a little bit stuck here. I feel like it, yeah, we already... Is there something more with Gumshoe? Like, I feel like... We pretty much know that at the end of this segment, we have to present something to Edgeworth. But I am not feeling like I have what I need from it yet. I'm not sure what magical school bus means. This is no excuse. I don't know. I'm looking for Oh, I bet you. Yes! The whole reason we came here. I'm so silly. Whoa, this area must have been covered in blood. Is this from that incident? Must be. When prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years had passed, so the reaction's kind of dull. So the murder really did take place here. Yes, but no. Motion control. I don't think I have any other motion controls. Why would that make you cry? I'm so sad that it didn't lead to anything. It didn't even turn into a truth? I almost said truth bullet. It's not even in the court record. So now what?
Don't forget this feeling.
Yeah. I can't use my fingerprinter, so I don't know. The year is 2030 and Phoenix Wright just learned about MySpace. Stupid? But here too. I really... Is it in this room, whatever I'm trying to do?
I got it!
Needs to be in the room. Okay. No! You already read this? How dare you? I don't know.
Allow me to cut through those words!
I'll turn this lie into the truth.
Yeah, I'll take the answer, guys. I honestly have no idea. Just press triangle. Okay, so we found the piece and a handprint. Okay. How do I prove the handprint? The middle? Well, we already did this. The other middle. Oh! We just got raided! Holy crap, Curious Comet, thank you for the raid. Wow.
Another happy customer.
You came right in as we were despairing over what to do with this very contrived evidence. Welcome everybody. Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. And thank you for the follow, Undead Merchant. Welcome guys. We're doing some Ace Attorney 1 Chapter 5. I'm actually not gonna be live for super duper long after this, but I really appreciate the raid. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is! So, you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Right, go to town, sheesh. 24-hour stream. No, unfortunately, no. I work bright and early in the morning, so I'm gonna be heading out in about the next 5 minutes. Yep, that's my goal, Dots. I think that's what we'll do. What are you doing? Why are you sticking your hand at, like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. Talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Bad at game? This is escalating, I'm noticing. Welcome to the stream. What were you guys up to tonight, by the way? Oh, haha! I knew that! The one with the handprint on it, right? Here's your sense of humor. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. Where are you, my mom? I don't want to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. I don't believe it. PS controls my beloved. Yeah. I see now what you were saying. The hint makes sense in retrospect, fail. Yeah, alright. Oh, it's not his. Oh. Why is it hers? How can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints are they? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. He's lying? Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Hey, you! Over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here. Maybe you should hold on to this. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Gigant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. And I saw a snail and I slipped and... You mean Misa? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Misa? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. Oh, but sir! Now get out! Yes, sir! We'll be on our way too then. Wait! You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. Sir, I'm not a licensed... with spiky hair. Free to go. Mr. Wright? Oh, just leave her. That's so sketchy. Look, pal. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in like that, didn't ya? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. And I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? She killed Dark, left no evidence. He killed Emma. Oh, I see. Anyway, you listen to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. I see. So the chief has asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day of court. I'm committed to do everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. You know who it is that's lurking behind your work. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentioning you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? Edgeworth called me thick. Ooh. You think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, may I ask is the person you're speaking of? Oh, well, obviously. Take that! This guy? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. Take it she's still not ready to split. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes. Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery, and the only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in the case. I just found this in the safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come on. Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it in the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon, you mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife of the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with the knife. Okay, this bitch crazy. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I had cutting my hand. What? So wait, you stabbed him and somehow also drew blood on yourself? And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. Then, she saw me as I plunged the knife in. Why were you... Star? Why'd you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister. To tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside the muffler. Best Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, first thing I did was make a phone call. Phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator of the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust, or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seemed that after I spoke with him, he'd been off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean not wanting the case to die? He decided to take things in his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still... How would he have the ID card? Hadn't made up his mind on whether to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. I mean, there's no way this isn't Gant. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Why even use another knife? To add extra spice to the case where it might be Edgeworth because it was his, it's like so weird. Wait, we think that there could have been no evidence? Are you saying that Dark is this a copycat kill? Anyways. Alright guys, I'm done for the night. Thank you very much for the vibes and the views. I will see you guys later this week with some Trails of Cold Steel. That's it. Have a good night, guys.